What's up? Is this Eddie?
Yes. Yeah. Which one am I? Who am I speaking to right now?
Convino,
Rich
bro.
Davis. What's up, man?
There
we got them both.
Okay.
Made it work. Yeah.
Yes, Convino and Rich.
Welcome to Ham Radio.
You can go to ConvinoAndRich.com. They're on Patreon right now, and you can get their show, which is still an amazing fucking broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff going on there, boys. How are you?
Thank you. We're good. So we're live? We're doing this?
You're live right now. This shit is happening as we speak, and then later, if people want to hear it in its entirety, right now there's a raw feed on my Facebook where they can hear you right now, live. There's a bunch of people in there doing that. And then also later you go to hamradioshow.com and you can get the full broadcast of the Ham Radio Show, this episode in its entirety.
There you go.
Okay, cool, man. Well, I'm really happy to be here. Ham Radio. I got the nervous farts. I didn't realize we were live, but let's do this. Let's go.
I lost track of time. I was rewatching episodes of Ted Lasso with my wife because she hasn't seen it yet. By the way, best freaking show on television.
Really? Yeah, I heard. They're telling me to watch it.
Yeah, he's got a ton of friggin' Emmy noms supposedly coming up, or some kind of awards that he's up for.
Was he a soccer coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't he like a transplant from some southern thing, and then they bring him over to England?
Yeah. He's like a Division II or III football coach in the States, and they bring him over to be a soccer coach, and it's just really, it's heartfelt, it's funny, it's Jason Sudeikis, it's great.
And hilarity ensues. I caught up Rich. He was whoring out Ted Laszlo. I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
No, I mean, yeah, I get nothing from fucking Jason Sudeikis, so back to us.
Really?
Fuck Sudeikis. All right, so let's talk about one thing I got to bring up here. You guys have been together doing radio for how long?
Jesus. We've been doing the show now. We're going on 17 years.
17 years.
Wow, longer than us.
And you started when you guys were on Maxim Radio, right? When they put you together, or were you before that and then they put you on Maxim?
Well, it was like 2004, and they were forming the Maxim channel, and they wanted Convino and I to do separate shows. And we really wanted to work together. And they were like, well, we'll team Rich up with someone else, and we'll team Convino up with someone else, because you guys both seem like lead hosts. And we're like, yeah, but we'd be better together. And we finally won that battle. And I feel like 17 years later, we were right. I mean,
you think? Maybe, yeah.
You know what it was, guys? We were stronger together. Like, even now, we still do our own thing, but we were stronger together. And we had more fun together. You know what I mean? And we were able to bounce off each other, as you guys do. You know, like, it's just more fun that way. The more the merrier sometimes. And if you got the right mix, people feed off of that, and it's contagious. So, it's fun, man. It's not work. We love what we do, and I'm happy that we're still able to do it even after Sirius XM,
Well, that was my massive question, because, and we'll talk about the elephant in the room, and not just me because I'm fat. Okay. We'll talk about the real elephant in the room. The question of, like, why in the hell did a show that was so fucking popular, and I'll call a spade, I'll call it out. You had conventions, you had the Dude Bro conventions, where I actually got to go to one. I got the T-shirt and everything. It's a very cool thing.
Nice.
But you had all that. You had fans that would fly in, because you did the show on the West Coast, and then you had fans fly into the New York fucking offices to see you guys live in studio and do stuff. What exactly happened? Can you take us through the fact of what happened, or did you sign some non-disclosure agreement? But what happened to why the hell?
Well, there's another elephant in the room. I mean, something happened that affected everybody, and I think that was the pandemic. And that happened right around the time when we were going through our negotiations, so that definitely didn't help. I'm not saying that was the reason, but it's definitely a part of it. You know what I mean? It was definitely a part of it.
So are we blaming COVID?
The reality is, I don't think, other than people getting sick or dying, which was the real, travesty of anything COVID-related. Professionally, though, if you want to talk about professionally, COVID, at first, Convino and I were like, yeah, this isn't affecting us. Sweet. And then all at once, it was like Disney with ESPN budget cuts, Sirius XM probably. It seems as though the business model changed, and like every company was like, all right, where can we trim? What can we do? And listen, a lot of times it's really out of your hands, and you know, it's really not the people that have your back or that know you that make decisions. We didn't sign a non-disclosure, but we still both work there, so I'm not going to talk shit about anyone.
Oh, absolutely! I didn't expect you to. No,
I have something called a fucking mortgage.
Right.
Oh no! Look, I work there now.
I don't get it. Convino and I will never understand why. You know, that was the choice of all the shows and all the people. Like, I think we were contributing on so many levels. Hey, we're still doing our music stuff, Pop 2K, Hits 1, Turbo, Convino's on Lithium all week. We're still doing that, but it is amazing that we were the ones that chose, hey, let's not move forward. But, hey, listen, for everyone that doesn't want you, you find someone that does, right?
Very true.
Well, it's part of the story. Like, you know, like Rich said, and he touched on it. During the pandemic, budgets were cut in a lot of companies, right? And they had to make adjustments. But like you said, it's an ever-changing medium, and they were trying to structure shows to fit that sort of budget, meaning they didn't say no more Convino and Rich. What they said was, hey, can you do it in a podcast form? So that would be cutting our show, which therefore would be cutting our pay, right? Because podcasts are like once a week, a few times a week here and there. And we were like a daily show, and at that point, we just knew we could do it on our own. So we chose us. They basically gave us an offer we couldn't accept because we knew we could do that on our own, which is what we chose to do. And they also gave us the opportunity to still be a part of it by doing the music stuff. So, you know, it worked out for everybody. It's all good, man. We had a sweet run there, and we're forever grateful for that time. And that gave us the opportunity to win over all these people, to still have them subscribe to our own podcast today, you know. So,
but that's what I'm talking about. You had an army. You had an army of fans, and you still do have an army of fans. That's what I'm saying. So I don't even understand the thought process of going, hey, let's move them down to a podcast form, so they're on once a week, and you have like exactly what everyone strives for in radio. You had a hit fucking hit radio program, an army of fans. You were on television twice. Because you had the show on SNY and you had the freaking show on ESPN, which, by the way, great fucking show. Got to say that, too. I'm going to get accused of kissing ass. But the show that was on ESPN didn't fucking suck. I got to say, the show on ESPN didn't suck. I like the attitude on the SNY one was better. Just saying. But the show on ESPN didn't suck.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Did you say the one on SNY was better?
Yeah, just the way it was presented on SNY was better.
Yeah, he said the attitude on our SNY show was better, and that was a show live out of New York, and that was one of our greatest opportunities and one of our most fun moments in our career, being on SNY in New York. But look, man, the radio show at Sirius XM, I'm just as confused as you, bro. To be honest, you know. But it is what it is. Look, the model today, as you know, is celebrity driven. And although Rich and I think, are great at what we do, you know, if I'm allowed to say that,
good.
We're not celebrities, and that's sort of like the business model nowadays. Either you have to be a celebrity, or you know, you just have to have some sort of crazy following to still exist in this world. And at this point, you know, we're able to do it on our own. So that's what we chose to do.
Yeah, and
my thought, if I could add to that, is I look at it really, you know, at first, you know, much like everyone, you're stunned and your butt hurt and you're mad. And you're like, well, are you serious? But then you start thinking to yourself, like, listen, every great broadcaster or shitty broadcaster has chapters, right? How many people are at one radio station or one TV station forever? Like, look at Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien was late night. Then he was on The Tonight Show. Got pulled from that. Then he's on TBS. Now he's going to be on HBO. Look at I think I just saw Jon Stewart's going to return with The Daily Show and a different show.
Yeah,
like,
on Apple
people
TV.
Have chapters, and you know, I guess Convino and Rich at Sirius XM. Did I expect that to be longer? Yes, I guess so. But is it unrealistic to think that was the one and only place would be forever? That never really happens in broadcasting.
No, but that's what I'm talking about. The track record that you guys had, because even Billy was still talking about Billy coming in. He goes, "I just heard them on Sirius. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean they're not there?" And I'm like, they're on, on Turbo, because Convino does Turbo, Pop 2K, all that for Rich, and everything. So you still hear them. They're still out there. They're still working. Trust me, they're not sucking. They're out there working. They have the show on Patreon. They're doing fine. But the only thing is, like, it's still getting in, because I remember watching the feed you guys did for the final show, and I'm not calling Convino out, but I saw the passion, and he started crying on the fucking couch at the end of it when the show ended. And he buckled. I know he's gonna be like, man. Hey Vato, he's gonna fucking chop me. But the thing is, at the end of the day, that's the passion that you want out of your performer, because like literally you buckled and started crying because what you did for the past 17 fucking years was like, go fuck yourself, go do a podcast. Like, that's what they told. That's what I'm saying. So I understand. Like, I get the annoyance part.
But you know what it does, and what Rich is saying it in a kind way, you know. But it just motivates you to say, "Fuck everybody, let's kick some ass."
Oh, absolutely.
You know, because I'm not going to deny that everything you're saying is true. You have all those mixed emotions. You have all these bitter feelings, but you're also grateful, and you know, you fight when your back's against the wall. So we're taking that sort of attitude to what we're doing now. But I got to make this clear, bro. I didn't cry. I was just pouting really hard, bro. I was just pouting really hard. Because it's hard to say goodbye to anything.
I was just sweating out of my eyes.
We grew up on that platform, so.
I was just sweating out of my eyes, man. That's all it was, okay? Calm down.
Yeah. And by the way, to back up what Convino's saying, it's sort of like an end of an era, and you know, you start to during that last, because we knew, you know, and here's another thing, you know, SiriusXM respected us enough that we're still around doing other stuff, and they let us do our final month of shows. Like Convino and I knew it was coming to an end. They're like, all right, we'll do an extension of your contract, and then then your new deals will kick in, so we'll let you do the Convino and Rich show for the final weeks. Like a lot of times the show is done. And they're like, we're not letting these guys go on the air again. They trusted us and knew enough.
They walk you out the door, send you your stuff.
We've been escorted out by security many times. We know. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, so that was not the case. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, oh, man, so, like, no one's ever going to escort a guest to our SiriusXM studio again. We're never going to, like, walk the hallways as Convino and Rich at SiriusXM. And then you start thinking of, like, you know, like, you learn life lessons out of this, not to get all real talk on you, but you start to realize, like, how many times you almost sacrifice something important personally for work, and you're like, no matter where you work, they don't give a shit about you in the big picture. Like, they can treat you good and you're an employee, but big picture is that it was just a great reminder to never choose work over, like, family or something like that, you know?
Right. No, I mean that was very Hallmark movie of you, Rich. But I mean, still, it was true.
No, because I want me to give you a little anecdote. I'll give you a little story.
Don't make Convino cry.
Quick story.
All right.
I'll give you a snappy story, quick.
All right, good.
Convino one time had the opportunity to take his daughter to meet Billie Eilish and like be in like the front row and meet Billie Eilish. And for an 11-year-old.
All right, it's fitting that, of course, we lose power. So this is take 2 of the September 1st show here. Now what we have to do is we have to get Richard Convino back on the fucking phone, which we had. So we're calling them.
They were discussing like how things go wrong,
and that's what happens.
You just have to keep moving on from it.
It's so poetic justice. That's exactly what it is. Let's call them up right now.
We couldn't have wrote that any better.
No, not at all.
Remember we left off.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm loving this craziness.
Hey.
We literally just said that you guys were just talking about how shit can go wrong in radio, and then the power went out in the whole building.
Hello?
Hey. Yeah.
Welcome back to the show. I think Rich was talking about something, and I have no clue what the fuck it was.
He was telling the story.
Like Billie Eilish.
I thought I got the hook, like I was at the Apollo or something.
We didn't call the Sandman. I'm telling you right now, you were doing fine. It was a story about Billie Eilish. Convino was getting front row seats. Billie Eilish.
Long story short was Convino almost passed up on an opportunity to take his 11-year-old daughter, whose hero is Billie Eilish, to the concert, and he almost said no because he had to work. And I said, dude, in years from now you're going to say, why would I not do it? And he took his daughter to the concert. Within a year, you know, ESPN had to let us go because of Disney cuts. So it was like, well, hey, aren't you glad you took your daughter? So my point was as much as you love your job, like, never put anything above, like, the moments in your life with, like, your friends or family, because work is really just work. At the end of the
Exactly,
day.
yeah.
That's how I always been. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
And then I said, you know, you guys said that Rich was sounding like a Hallmark movie, but that's a compliment to Rich because he loves Hallmark movies. But it was funnier the first time I said it.
Oh, no, yeah. Yes, if the line was delivered where people could actually have fucking heard it, Convino, it was a great line.
There you go.
Yes. Well, good. Then you know our friend Jesse Cove, the son of Martin Cove from the Karate Kid there in Cobra Kai, who does all those Lifetime Hallmark movies and stuff like that. So you can, you and Rich he can hang out with them and they can mingle and talk about times gone by and shit like that.
You know what's funny though? Martin Cove, his dad, Jesse's dad, Martin Cove, Sensei John Kreese. He was one of our last interviews on Sirius XM as a show. Our last thing we did was a huge town hall with the cast of Cobra Kai.
See?
Yeah, a huge indicator that we were out the door. Yeah, we did some huge event, and they're like, yeah, later.
Talk about getting a hook there. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But either way, don't worry. Like, let's be fucking honest. The best live podcast in existence, a.k.a. Convino and Rich, is now on Patreon. So you moved on to bigger and better things. And it's a testament to the fan base that you had because now you have people paying their hard-earned greenbacks for Patreon to become these are really true fans. So you're doing the show for the actual fan base now, which is great.
It's great, but it's a double-edged sword. Like, we're super thankful and grateful. We really are. That's no bullshit, right? Because they allow us to do a show every day. But now we're, like, working for them, it seems like sometimes, you know? Like, you got to keep everybody happy. So it's like they're our bosses and shit. So not only do we do a show, but you're also dealing with, like, customer service to make sure everybody's happy all the time.
Well, I mean...
More so than ever, Convino is like... Yeah, you don't like what I say, fuck off attitude almost has to be adjusted a little bit because, you know, like on any given day, someone could be like, yeah, I couldn't get something to work. I guess I'll unsubscribe. So if it's serious, you're like, yeah, who cares? Beat it. But when they're paying you, you're like, well, let's figure this out, you know?
Yep. So I changed my stance to go fuck yourself, but thanks for listening and subscribing. I appreciate it.
You always got to make the fucking landlord happy. Because they're the ones that can turn off the light.
Differences because it's like you're sort of working for them now in a different way. Although we're our own bosses, and you know it's cool to have that freedom. It really is. It really is.
Yep. Now, are you guys doing everything that you were doing at SiriusXM? Was anything like held back, or are you still just doing the exact same show, but maybe turned up a little bit because now you don't work for SiriusXM in that vein? Are you still doing the same type of show, like same getting the big-ass guests, that kind of stuff, or what's going on?
Rich, you probably wouldn't even have thought of this, but SiriusXM, they gave us a lot of freedom, a lot of freedom. But, you know, like I said, the pandemic played a big part on this because before that, SiriusXM was really trying to mold our show more into the sports sort of thing because we were getting so much success in that world with ESPN and everything else. So we were trying to almost slightly rebrand our show at SiriusXM and angle it that way, like a little more sports but lifestyle. And now that we're not really affiliated with SiriusXM when it comes to Convino and Rich, we sort of we were not as sports heavy as we were starting to be.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think, believe it or not, there really isn't much of a difference. I think maybe the only difference is, I'll tell you what a big difference is. We didn't play a ton of commercials at SiriusXM, but we go for 2.5 hours a day with no break. And at first it's an adjustment, not because we have ever had issues with content. Same like you. You know, when you know what you're doing, you're not like fishing for content. It was more just a matter of, for 15 years, you're used to at least once an hour stopping for commercials so you could pee and be like, all right, what do you want to get into next, bro? Now there's no stop to pee. What do you want to get into next? So I think that might be the only adjustment. Besides that, I don't know. We're doing the same thing.
I would bring the microphones into the bathroom and just have the show continue.
Yeah. We've done that.
Yeah, like a piss break moment, and then you read a commercial, like a live read while you take a piss.
Yeah, play the trumpet.
They were great at giving you your freedom because they gave me mine when they fired my ass.
Well, they fired you. That is a difference, Rick. You did get fired. Yeah.
Yeah, that was all the freedom I needed.
Yeah. Free at last.
Well, hey, let me give you some advice, man. Never burn that bridge because you just never know. I mean, You hear Rich and I, we're still happy to be a part of it. There's a lot of people, they get fired or they, are told to move on, and their feelings are hurt, and they burn that bridge. You never know who could help you out down the line, man. You just never know.
Yeah, I made a lot of friends in there, just... They didn't burn my bridge; they blew it up.
Sure.
I try to tell that to Ricky when he's already shots fired. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if we're trying to move, no, I know that. But if we're trying to move to Sirius XM, because look, I know there's a spot because Rich Convino left here. Convino and Rich, the show is not. Yeah, get that spot. Look, they're going to pay us considerably less than these guys because they were worth it. We're okay at best. So, don't fuck it up. That's all I'm saying.
Not to tell my story.
No, you already told your story. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. The brass at Sirius XM now, everybody but the black guy.
I didn't mention any names.
I know. You can't legally. You can't.
Yeah. I didn't mention no names.
Yeah, legally you can't say shit. That's the biggest part of that. You have one of those.
I did compliment them. I said they were great at giving people their freedom.
Oh yes, and they did.
And they did.
And they totally did. How's Spot doing? Your producer.
Spot?
He's a monster. Yeah, we created a monster. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Do he blow fire from under the stairs?
No, he's not Spot from the Munsters.
If you guys don't know, our producer Spot, he was sort of an overweight guy for a long time, then had a heart scare, right? So he got quintuple bypass surgery and then completely turned his life around. And during the pandemic, he started seeing a personal trainer and all this other shit. He dropped a lot of weight. Now he's like Mr. Ripplepex. He's he's Mr. Buff guy. And I don't know any guy who's transformed and felt themselves harder than our producer Spot. We're super happy for him because he looks great and he's healthy now. But he's an egomaniac monster.
Oh, he became an asshole.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He a chick magnet.
Well, you know what happens, guys? I mean, it changes the dynamic. You know what I mean? So when you have one guy who used to be one way, and you work together so closely for all these years, and then all of a sudden he changes, it's now we're it's a different show because he's he's first of all, he's on the juice, right? He really is.
He's on the juice.
He is.
He's cycling through the roids.
He's a monster.
Well, I mean, look.
In fact, I think today was a very important day because we opened our new studio today. We started today's show was our first in our new studio.
Oh, congratulations!
And
thanks,
man. Yeah, we built it. We built a pretty sweet studio in my house. But before that, we were doing the show at Spots, and I'll tell you what. I don't know if it was his personal life or he was just rude to us. Honestly, over the last month or so, Convino and I felt like we both wanted to kill Spot at moments. But now I feel like as of today, we had almost like a fun rebirth. All right, guys, we're really doing it. New studio, new start. So Convino, I almost feel like maybe the new studio saved us.
You know what? I hope so, bro. Because it's been a stressful adjustment for everybody the past few years. But when you're working at home in someone's living room, and we're working in Spot's house, he became hard to deal with. But I mean, he's still our friend. But on a work level, he's a pain in the ass.
I just think he lost all the weight and he was doing the yoga, and now you guys are afraid of him because he's Mr. Bouncy Pecs.
A lot of people think that, which is funny. They're like, oh, Convino and Rich, they don't like the healthy Spot. They want to keep him down, and they liked him better when he was out of shape. And it's like, no, that's not true. He just became.
No, we liked him better when he wasn't rude.
Right.
Difference.
I mean, but the truth is, for people that don't know, we're all friends, so we love Spot. He's just an asshole sometimes.
Yeah, but you enjoy Big Fat Spot better than super ripped.
Oh yeah, Big Fat Spot was a nice guy.
Yeah,
Big Fat Spot
was sweet and kind. In shape Spot is a guy that if I met him today, I wouldn't be friends with him.
Yeah. Right.
Like Santa Claus, huh?
Yeah, he had a bowl full of jelly and a big feckin' sack.
Yo, would you want to hang out? Would you want to hang out with Santa Claus if he had a six-pack?
Yeah.
Nah, he'd be getting all the pussy. He's got reindeer and stuff.
Look, he lost the weight.
Different guy.
He lost the weight. He's cut up. He got about 2 or 3 inches of his dick back.
Yeah.
He good.
He's got a bigger spot now. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I think you gain, or they say you gain an inch on your dick for every 40 pounds you lose. That's how it goes, right?
That's
so he
true,
lost more than 40 pounds. So he definitely gained an inch or if not more.
That's what I found out.
I know. I gained 100 pounds. You can imagine what mine is.
Does that go the opposite way?
Yeah.
You know, when you gained weight back in the 2000s, did you lose dick? Like,
Rick,
yeah.
Rick
how do you think I know the stat? My dick shrunk.
His dick shrunk. Rick on our show is the only black guy with a clit. So. What are you gonna do? I mean, it's just the way it is. Look, and I've lost weight, and my dick got bigger. You've lost more weight. You gained weight and lost some dick size.
Yeah, you lost an inch.
And now you gained at least an inch back.
Yeah, I'm getting it back. Yeah.
And so
have you guys ever played that stupid hypothetical where if you could mess with the inches of your height and your penis, like would you change what you are now? Like for every inch you add or take away from one, you get to the other. Like let's just say you're 6 foot 6 inches. Would you rather be 6'1", 5 inches? Like if you're 5'9", would you want to be 5'10", but take away an inch of your dick? Like would you adjust your inches on your height? And
I want to be 4 foot.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll be a fucking midget with a giant cock. I don't care.
Yeah.
I thought you had a giant cock. I thought that's how he called it ham radio, because he had a ham in your face.
I have a giant cock. I just don't have it here.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's at home, and it runs on D batteries, and it's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
My girlfriend loves it.
Nice.
Yeah, ham is ham is short for ham and potatoes. Everybody on this damn show is overweight.
No, I mean Billy's. Everyone's fat.
Billy's,
You're right. You're right.
Billy's fat.
We all eat that Taste of Puebla truck. That's the fucking problem. It's delicious.
Relax.
Hey, the food's good. Shut up. You have good clientele. It's us.
Well hard.
We're putting your kids
Food
through
is
college. Be quiet. So all right. So the Patreon thing, you go to ConvinoAndRich.com. Before the power goes out again, we should fucking get plugs in.
Really.
Yes.
ConvinoAndRich.com. Where you can go to the Patreon show. You can get you become their boss, and you go to the Patreon show, and you can hear the conversation about dick inches and other things. Some sports stuff as well. Either way, they're talking about
the We have a slogan, Ed. It's from hard-hitting issues to nutting in tissues. We've been rolling with that for years.
That was good. That was poetry.
I like that. That
was good.
I'm gonna write that one down.
That better be a fucking T-shirt one day.
Exactly.
All right, so you got that. Go to ConvinoAndRich.com to hear the best live podcast in existence.
That's right.
And then you can get now. Is there also a difference between the show and the podcast? Because if you go to ConvinoAndRich.com, there is 2 different buttons. Now, what do I get if I click on the button? Hey, Ricky, pull your pants back up.
2 different tiers. With Patreon, it's pretty cool because it was new for us too. With Patreon, you get to set tiers, right? And with your subscribers. So tier 1 is just the audio. Tier 2 is audio and video, and maybe there's going to be a tier 3 where you can see Rich swimming with his kids or some shit, or I don't know, whatever. So you can pick the tiers. Yeah, you can pick the tiers, and I suggest tier 2 because you get the audio and video. Plus, we got the new studio, and it's cool. And then on Fridays we do a free show on Twitch. So.
Oh, so you actually are doing more stuff now than you were with the old show.
Yeah, like we said earlier, it's like, it's a blessing in disguise because we lost our gig at SiriusXM, but it motivated us to be hungry again. So you're back on the grind like you were in your early days, Like, think about it. You get comfortable as you get older, but when your back's against the wall and you got to pay those bills, you got to get crafty again. You got to get hungry again. And, you better believe we're on Twitch, So we're on our grind.
Damn right. And they're also back to working their jobs as strippers at Thunder Lips and Assholes. Very nice place.
They got a webcam.
And they have a webcam. You can watch Convino eat. It's very nice. But he won't fucking cry on the couch.
No.
God damn it. He won't cry on the couch.
What about Lithium? Is the program still in Lithium?
Well, no, they still have you. You guys are both on Sirius XM in some way, shape, or form. Turbo and of course, what is it? Pop 2K.
Pop 2K and the Pulse, and they got us working on all the music channels. So we're gainfully employed at Sirius XM doing the music stuff. But Convino and Rich on Patreon, Twitch, and next week we can't say yet, but next week we have an announcement, a new Convino and Rich venture that people can check out. But next week we'll announce it on the podcast.
It's the Spot. Yeah, it's the Spot swimsuit calendar that you guys can pick up.
It's Spot's OnlyFans jerk off page.
Ooh,
gotta make money.
Ooh, count me in. Oh yes, so nice. So all right, let's finish this up though. We got a Q&A of the day that we do this every show. We've already answered ourselves. What snack from your childhood would you bring back today if you could eat it?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'll tell you how I'm really versed on this, because as you can tell from the beginning of our conversation, I got two little fucking rugrats running around.
Absolutely.
And all those foods start entering your life again. Any dad knows that you there's food you haven't seen in 20 years that all of a sudden is in your cabinets again. Like I'm eating Fruity Pebbles again. I'm eating those Crunch. I'm having Gushers and Fruit Roll-Ups. But the one thing that went away that I'm surprised never came back, it had the greatest spokesman, Bill Cosby. What happened to Pudding Pops? What happened to where are Pudding Pops? I want to bring back Pudding Pops.
They were used in a date rape case, so they're what we call evidence now. Yeah. I took the Pudding Pop and shoved it in her butthole. No. So you have...
Yo, guys, I was never a big, I was out getting ass when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a thing, right?
Yeah.
So I was never into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they had a cereal that I loved. I loved the cereal back in the day. I would totally bring that back.
Whenever he wasn't getting ass, as he subtly put it in. But by the way, I was getting fucked, so I wasn't eating that snack shit that you guys, you fucking deadbeat piece of shit fat fucks were doing.
Just to know Convino.
If I would, good old Convino.
Just to know Convino, it's so typical. If he doesn't know anything or remember something, the obvious answer is he was out getting ass while losers like you and I must have been watching
exactly.
it. That's your answer.
Well, that's like Ricky on this show. Yeah. That's like Ricky on this show. No matter what weird sex thing we talk about, Ricky goes, yeah, so I was fucking this girl once, let me tell you. No matter what it was, like, oh, she sucked her toe and shit on the ceiling. Hey, I was dating a chick that did that. Let me tell you about it. I fucked her and she shit on the ceiling. I'm like, oh, every fucking time.
Now the experiences, man.
I know. You are the magic ball of fucking.
I think that's weird.
You think that's weird?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's normal. I call that shit a Sunday. What the fuck you guys talking about? But anywho, thank you, Richard Convino. Oh wait, hold on. We got a picture. What is this, Billy? The Ninja Turtle cereal?
Correct.
Yeah, you can see Convino in the back of the box getting fucked.
Did it taste like Captain Crunch?
I used to eat that shit by the box though. I used to eat ass and then eat that.
Take away this taste of the,
so forget me asking, did it taste like Captain Crunch? Forget that.
The ass or the cereal?
Wait, hold on, Convino. How do you bring up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and not tell Ham Radio your favorite porn spinoff of all time?
Oh, please.
Oh, it's called 10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles. 10-inch
yeah, so it's
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, what's the plot?
And there's a porn where the Ninja Turtles are fucking April O'Neil.
And they're called, they say, turtles with a cock swell. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. But, honestly, I was a little too old for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? But my siblings always had that cereal, and I would eat the shit out of it. So my answer is definitely that cereal. And when it comes to porn, they have great porn, too.
Convino would stumble in after eating ass all night and say, hey, Rugrats, get out of the way. I need some Ninja Turtle cereal. and I'll be fine.
Or ass go with everything.
No, most definitely. I like to pair my ass with some Ninja Turtle cereal.
Ass and cornbread, ass and collard greens.
See what I'm saying? Ricky knows. Do you see what I'm saying? Ricky
ass
knows.
Go with everything, man.
Yeah.
It's like rice.
Ass goes with everything.
That's the original soul food.
Yeah.
Chocolate syrup.
Thank God we got the power back. All right. Anyway, the Convino and Rich. Right there, the Patreon. You hit the button. You have the different tiers. You can check it all out. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming back on the program.
Yay.
We lost you for a second. Thank you for doing the show. You are
great guest.
You are great radio guys. No matter what anyone says at certain companies, you're great radio guys. And you are great television personalities. I miss you guys on TV as well. So, congratulations in your stuff now and into your future endeavors. I say, Godspeed, sir. You, sirs.
Hey, good luck to you. Go get our old gig.
We're trying.
At least someone good. Someone get it. Good. Come on.
I'm sure that Ricky probably fucked somebody over there, and we'll fucking be fine. Someone pass the Ninja Turtle cereal. We got to get new gigs. Thank you guys yet again for being on the program, guys. All right.
Continued success.
All
right, brother. Take care, brothers.
ConvinoandRich.com. Thank you very much. So we figured that out. We did a whole interview. I busted my ass to figure out this phone thing, and we did it, so we're good. Billy, what's our clock now, dude? Should we go to break? Should we just keep talking? What should we do now? I'm fucking lost. Go ahead, you tell me.
Make up for the time that you lost?
It's almost time for a break.
We got a few minutes.
Should we go to 55, is what you're saying?
Right.
And then
we could actually go a little longer.
All right, for anybody playing at home, here's what's going on right now. There's going to be 2 episodes of this show. If you go to hamradioshow.com.
Glued together.
Yeah. I'm not even putting together. It's going to be 2...
Nick.
Nah, fuck it. We're going to do 2 separate buttons. Because now they're going to fly real quick because they're going to be shorter shows.
You're going to fuck Nick over now.
Well, I don't know. I think we should just leave them as 2 segments in part 1 and part 2, and then just load them onto the website.
So
and
the original
things.
and the fuck up? The
right when he's telling the Billie Eilish story, and then it went and crapped out.
That's where it ends.
And then we go from there into friggin' us trying to frantically get them back on the phone call.
Hey, it could be radio gold.
It could be radio gold. I think, honestly, that was one hell... Yeah. Can I point out there was one hell of a fucking interview? We talked about eating ass.
Dude, it could have happened here.
Ninja Turtle cereal.
It could have happened in Sirius. You was in Sirius the same thing.
Could have happened in Sirius. We could have been on their former air. Right there on, what were they, Faction Talk by the time when they were fired?
Yeah.
Well, not fired.
Bonfire.
Let go.
When their show was released.
Bonfire took the... Wait, hold on.
Bonfire took over when in Faction.
This is what we're... This is how we'll kill more time, Billy. We'll discuss what the fuck is actually still on the air there. I believe they were on Faction Talk because I believe it was Jim and Sam in the mornings.
See?
So Jim and Sam in the mornings, then followed by... I think Convino and Rich. It was Jim and Sam, Convino and Rich, then Bennington. But by the way, rest in peace, Fez Whatley. I didn't get to fucking get that out. We never discussed it. We had a whole bunch of stuff prepared, but you know how this fucking show works. So God, rest in peace, Fez Whatley. First off,
it doesn't work. That's why there's 2 parts.
Yes, I know. Nothing works here. You know what? How about we said that in the other part, and no one will know the fucking difference.
There you go.
All right. So rest in peace, Fez Whatley. Moving on. Bennington. Which, by the way, that show is an amazing fucking show. If you want to know how radio should be done, listen to Bennington. Don't listen to this show. Stop what you're doing. Go over there and listen to Bennington. Then after Bennington, I think that's Bonfire.
Yeah, Bonfire is at 6 o'clock, around 6 to 7.
Yeah.
7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, something like that. And then I think everything replays, and I think they go back into Jim and Sam in the morning, and then it catches up and everything else. Okay. But for more information, go to SiriusXM.com because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I know it's on Faction Talk. We didn't do any fact-checking here. We just know about Ninja Turtle cereal, a Ninja Turtle porn, and that Ricky eats ass, and then we also know that Convino eats ass.
Everybody in here eat ass.
I've eaten ass. I'm not saying I don't.
Eat ass in here.
Wait,
there was something
Billy?
about shit on the ceiling, too.
Shitting on the ceiling. Well, because I tried to figure out... Wait, and I'll tell you exactly what it was. I tried to figure out exactly what the fuck, the most random shit, weird thing I could think of. And because Ricky, I bet you, has a story about some girl shitting in the bed or something where it almost hit the ceiling.
He told us
Well, not shitting in the bed.
Yeah, see?
Shitting on the titties.
Shitting on the titties.
Yeah, that was gross, man.
Which, by the way...
How she shit on her own titties?
By the way, shitting on the titties...
Oh, cock over her.
Yeah.
Yeah, shitting on the titties is actually my autobiography title, so now I have to change it because Ricky just fucking said it. So now shitting on the titties. It's just like putting on the Ritz.
My life on the bottom.
But yo, Eddie, what's up with your boy Babchick?
Nuts around here.
Babchick's still on?
What happened?
Babchick's still on?
Babchick is still on, as far as I know. Morning Men, and that's on Sirius 82. That's on Mad Dog Sports. I love how Joe just gets up and leaves. It leaves his mic on and just leaves.
Yeah, nature calls.
You gotta take a piss. Go take a piss.
We're gonna break it out.
No, we're never going to break anymore. We just stay on.
Hey, it works for them. Why can't we do it?
Yeah, nature calls.
Well, it works for them because they have people that actually pay money that fucking listen to them, Billy. Cool.
At that age, you can't hold your piss.
All right, look, Richard.
Not suggested.
They had. You guys are fucking funny. They're complimenting us. So good. ConvinoandRich.com. They're now our friends. Mm-hmm. Let's put them on the radio friends list. So we have Mike Calta, Mike Babchick, sort of.
Sort of?
Well, because he is, but sometimes Babchick literally is like in his own fucking planet. Okay. And I try to have him on the show. Remember when he was on the show? Like, look, here's the difference between radio professionals. Mike Calta, great conversation. We did great interview. Had a wonderful fucking thing. Covino and Rich just talked about eating ass and Ninja Turtles porn. We had a great thing. People are even complimenting the interview in the chat room right now. They loved it. Mm-hmm. When Babchick was on, it was just yelling. He's like,
Dick. Yeah, I told you I want to go 1-on-1 with him. Next WrestleCon.
Well, you want to go to
next WrestleCon.
Well, you want to fight because you really do want to have a wrestling match. And the other thing is, maybe there might be something in the works that maybe you can be involved in. That me and a certain man in a blue ham radio show shirt might be doing soon. Maybe in the next couple of months. We don't have an exact date yet, so I don't want to make any things out there.
Bold predictions?
But let me tell you, it's gonna. I think we should, Billy. I think it's something great. And the reaction, by the way, of what I posted on Facebook about a possible wrestling match,
something to that effect,
garnered a whole shitload of people that would hopefully buy tickets and put their asses in the seats.
Well, they said they would
for a certain. Yeah,
they should.
And even if they do it just for even if they do it to boo us. I don't care.
Fine.
Buy a ticket, buy a hot dog, buy a shirt, do whatever you have to do, make money for these fine people that might be having us do a wrestling match. Yes, they're Vegas.
Yeah, no. I was just saying there's a reason why I purchased that ringside ticket for AEW.
Yes.
I'm trying to see what's going on there, see who's working.
I see what you mean.
See who's behind the scenes that I might remember.
Ooh.
Yeah, I see what's going on there.
What are you secretly trying to work barter an agreement with the fine people of All Elite Wrestling?
No, I'm trying to see something. there. Nah, I mean, I gotta change my metaphor when it comes to that. I gotta be more ballsy now.
You gotta be more ballsy?
Yep.
It's about fucking time you're ballsy.
Hey, man.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm answering. By the way, if you hear me like kind of not answering fucking people in the studio, I'm answering. Well, because Covino and Rich are actually complimenting us, saying how great of a show this is. So now I'm forwarding all that to the Sirius XM people.
His show, the show he had. I don't know if he still has it on Lithium.
What?
His program, the Lithium program.
No, they're all.
Covino. I used to love listening. Right after Babs.
Yeah.
Babs, I used to listen to his show.
Rich Davis and Steve Covino.
I know Rich Davis still does the pop show is because. My sons, they like that. They like
but let me get out this fucking compliment because I just complimented them on my phone. I'll compliment them in real life right before we go to break. Rich Davis is the consummate professional. He literally is like a newer version of Kid Kelly. If you know radio, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about there.
Kid Kelly.
And he, learned from Kid Kelly. He was on Z100. He's definitely knows what the fuck he's doing in that regard. So. Trained professional knows how to do radio. This is my point about with the celebrities. Go fuck yourself if you keep hiring celebrities. Hire guys like this who go out there and actually do radio for a fucking living.
And know what they're doing.
And Steve Covino is exactly that. Because Steve Covino is one of the hardest working motherfuckers I've ever seen. He holds down jobs after jobs after jobs and still on the radio to this day, busting his ass on Lithium, on fucking Turbo, on everything. It's the Ham Radio Show. Who's on my phone?
You got Uncle Buddha here again.
Hey, Buddha! What's up?
None, man. I heard the mention about ass eating over there. I'm like, interesting conversation.
When you say ass eating, Buddha goes, I got to call somebody.
Got automatically turned on by it.
Well, please don't jerk off while on the phone with us right now, because then we got to change this whole show.
I saved those for the private time.
By the way,
go with you guys. You guys are killing me over here.
By the way, just a little update. Buddha sent me video of the sex doll that we hopefully.
Did you see the jiggles?
I saw it jiggles. He was spanking it, and I mean the sex doll, not himself. And we definitely have to bring it into the studio and have the sex doll take one of these seats in the studio, because that would be the greatest. Like, if Alexa needs a body, that should be the Alexa body. We'll strap the fucking Alexa right to her back, and we'll mic it, and then whenever Alexa talks, we know that this is it. This is the one. This sexy titty body.
She comes fully equipped with all open orifices. You could probably just shove Alexa in her ass.
All right, now because you're just saying that, I need you to get a shitload of Palmolive and clean every hole she has. I don't get a wired brush and get in there.
At least twice.
No, nothing's been in there. Nothing's been in there. I'm saying she's my daughter. She's a virgin.
Are you gonna tell me that nothing's been in there, Buddha?
Nope.
Just the receipt.
He'd know about.
Just the receipt.
The receipt and the instructions are in there. You got to reach in and pull them out.
You swipe the credit card down the crack of her ass, and that's how you pay for it.
Nah, the most she's had is my head between her boobies. That's about it.
All right, we'll allow your head between her boobies. It should be we should actually do, when we get her into the studio, fuck even using her as the Alexa, we should do it like when they christen a boat, Billy, and we name her and we do the whole thing. Like
who's hitting a bottle?
We have
her with a bottle.
We can hit her with a bottle. I mean, most of you guys in this room have. Vargas has hit many women with bottles. So,
hey, it's foreplay.
It's foreplay. Just don't shove the bottle in her cooch. All right, Buddha. Buddha, listen, I got to go to break because Billy's going to cut me.
All right, love you guys.
I love you, Buddha. Buddha, you call back next week, all right? We'll figure out how we're going to bring the SS Whore into the studio.
SS Whore, yeah, okay.
Absolutely, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, Buddha is in the house right there. All right, let's take a break. Let's finish this up. Let's take a break, because if we don't take a break and try to regroup and figure out what the fuck we're doing, we do have the No Name Concert Series.
Yes.
We got to play that. So let's take a break. We'll do the No Name Concert Series, and then if we have time, we'll do the news. If not, fuck it, we'll just talk for the rest of the show. Because we're very good at our radio jobs.
Yeah. Very good at what we do.
Absolutely. It's the Ham Radio Show. We'll be right back after these words.